Okay, types of attribute we discussed, right? And did we saw the implementation of it?
No, I think.
All right. I think just created a one global class, right? All right. So let's start. We know attribute. Attribute is nothing but just like a variable, correct? Where we are going to store some values. So attribute is like a variable inside our ABAP programming where we exactly store some values. Three levels of attribute are there: instance, static, and constant attribute. So let's start with the implementation. I will go to SE24, which is my global class pool where we can create the global classes. So say my first global, not global, it will be global 8 to 9 class. I will create it class description as first global class. My usual ABAP, save, pass the package, transport request, right? I will go to attribute section here and say I'm defining these three attributes. Global, let's say static attribute. I am static attribute. And suppose I'm giving the label as static. Right now, we will pass the visibility as public. We'll discuss that later on. I don't think we have discussed it. Visibility. No, we have not discussed it yet. Okay. Associated type, suppose I'm passing as integer. Description, I'm giving static attribute. And also one default initial value I'm passing, let's say 100 for static. I will activate it. I will activate this class. So this is the GUI way how things are getting implemented. But let's see the same using the developer way. If you see there is this icon here, click on it and go for toggle to source code base and see this section. This is my static attribute. This is my static attribute. See this part, everyone. Class data keyword. This is my static attribute. Yes or no? This is how it is defined in the backend. You see class definition and class implementation is also there. That's what I said, right? That's how we create the objects. But we have already seen it. This part we have seen it already, now. Manish, we had already created our global class. Okay, no problem. Let it be. So this is my static. If I want to create a data, if I want to create here a instance attribute, so let's say data keyword, my instance attribute type integer, value I'm giving here as 200. This becomes my instance attribute. And there I can also pass constants. So constant attribute type integer and value I'm making it 300 as constant attribute. I will activate it. Go for form base now and see how your attributes are looking. Static, instance, and constant. Correct? Same stuff. Type integer here. This initial value is also coming, right? See? And it's fine. So now if I go to SE38 and try to call them Z test ABAP, calling global class. Class is already there. So I can now just create the object of it, object of this class, new keyword, my class name, and we can call everything using this object because object can access everything, right? So it can go for this static, not this thing, first global, this one. So instance, constant, static. There we have a static attribute and instance one. And then we have the constant attribute also. So constant attribute. There's three. I do activate it and I will check. See, we are able to access all of them. If I will try to use the class name, I can't access this instance one. So if I'm just going for the class name, and if I try to access this instance attribute, check it, syntax check. This can only be specified with the static one. This is a instance attribute and you are trying to access with the class name, which is not possible. Next thing is, if you check this class that we created here, what is this visibility section? Anyone, do you have any idea what is this visibility section? Visibility here. Any idea? Visibility of a method or attribute. What is visibility?
The usage of particular method or attribute,
Yes.
like where we can use that.
Or better we can say from where we can access it, right?
Yeah.
This is the visibility means from where it will be visible. If it is visible, then we can access it. So it is saying from where we can access it, right? So three levels of visibility are there. First one is your public section, protected and private. This is a public property and can be accessed from anywhere. Anywhere means that is from the same class, from the child class, and also outside of the class. So if you check this property, everything we have made it public. That is why inside the program, we are able to access it. This is outside of the class, outside of the child class also, we are able to access it, right? Protected property, this is protected in nature. And let's say people belonging from same family only can access it. Same family can only access it. That is why it is protected in nature. People belonging from the same family can only access it. So it can only be accessed from the class name or from the child class, but not outside of the class. So see, by chance, if I turn any of these properties into protected, things will be completely different now. things will be completely different now. So if you go and check, syntax check, the field static attribute is unknown. See, we are not able to access it. It is not visible outside of the class because this is protected in nature. Only people belonging from the same family can access it. Only people belonging from the same family can access it. Are you all getting what I am saying here? Right?
Yes, what
Right?
is meant? What's meant by same family here?
Same family, that's what I said now. It can only be accessed from the class or from the child class, but not outside of the class. Child classes will have the feature of the parent class, just like we have the feature of our parent. Suppose just understand this situation. Please take this example here. Suppose my father bought 1 acre of land. Now there is my question, who can access it? Everyone. This question is for everyone. Who can access it?
Yeah, the
Either
children.
he or his children or grandchildren, correct? And so on, right? But tell me, can the society people access it?
No.
Definitely not. No. It's not a public land. Public park is available inside every society which can be accessed by everyone. So just take this situation to understand it. Here, this is in protected. So if you go and check toggle to source code, now this thing is defined inside the protected section. See here, static attribute. I turned it into protected. Now it is in protected section. Protected can only be accessed from the child class. So we will discuss that later on. Finally, private. So private is properties is only or can only be accessed from the same family, or better not same family, from the same class only. Something which is private to you only. For every individual, there are lots of things that are private for every being. So private properties can only be accessed from the same class. Neither it can be accessed from the child class, nor it can be accessed outside of the class. Three levels of visibility will always be there where they are visible. Private will only be visible within the class only. So here, if I'm turning, let's say, attribute, I just, what should I say here? I'm making it private, activate it. This is private in nature. We can't access it outside the class, but we can access it in this class only. Suppose I'm creating one method, display private. So I'm making it a static. Let's say I'm making it a static method, visibility as. Now this is public. I'm making it public. So method to display private property. And I'm going for source code here to write the logic. Now, if I want, I can access that property here. So write a statement, my static attribute. See? Yes or no? See? Are we able to access it inside the class or not? Object is activated. This static attribute, we made it here as private. But the method that I defined, it is public in nature. and it is a static method, so I can directly call it outside the class. Let's see. I will go back to program here. Don't need everything. I comment it out. And I will just call this method. So class name, this is a static method. So again, static arrow. And I will call class display private. There is some problem here. Okay. Let me just activate it. Activate this one. Display private. There is my class. So class name, display private. And I will call this method. Calling method. Static method. I will activate it. Are we getting the output or not? Are we getting the output or not?
Yes.
A
Yes.
property which is private can't be accessed outside. So what I did, I created one method so that we can access that property via this method. We cannot directly access it anymore. So whatever logic will be written inside this, that will trigger automatically. Getting my point? So this is a level of security. When you go to any ATM, what you see there? There are lots of fields that will appear over that ATM. Instead, they will not directly open the cash center that please, okay, take your 100 rupees. But instead, the A interface will appear where you are going to pass your security code. Then after that, you will pass the amount. If that amount is available in your bank balance, then and only then you are going to get the amount. Yes or no? This is a
Yes,
label of security, right? So make it private. That is why generally what happens, attributes that you see, always they will be private in nature. Very rarely they are public. So they will be private or protected in nature, and methods inside the methods they are used. There is a concept called encapsulation. That is your encapsulation. We are using the attributes and method together inside the class. This is your encapsulation. We'll come to that later on. Just I wanted to show you right now. Okay, so this is my global class. How a local class is created. Very interesting. Let's see this. Local class. Class, local class. This is a local class name. Let's say local class 1. Definition will be there. And class. And my class, local class 2. Sorry, class 1. Implementation will be there. And class. So inside the implementation, what does implementation means? Writing logic for the methods. If you are defining any methods, you will be writing logic. Right now, we have not any method. We have this public section, protected section, private section. Public section, protected section, and private section. That's the same visibility. If you will define something inside private, you won't be able to access it outside the class. See it. I will go for a start of selection event, and suppose I am creating one object here, local object of this class, new local class. That's what I'm doing here. Let's focus on it. Suppose I defined something here, data keyword, my LV name, type string, and I passed one value, let's say my name, Amrit Raj. This is a public here. This is a public attribute, correct? So here we can access it. If I try write a statement, LV name, using the object, we can access it directly. It's not possible. So object, and this is an instance attribute. So my instance arrow and activate it. See, no problem. We are able to access it. And if I execute, I'll get the output, right? I'll get the output. But what if we are defining it into private section? What if I'm defining it into private section? Will I be able to access it anymore? Access to private attribute LV name is not allowed. What if I'm defining it into protected section? See, access to protected attribute LV name is not allowed because you are trying to access it outside of the class. Outside of the class, right? Yes or no? But instead, if we want, we can define here a method and we can access it. So methods, let's say display attribute, a public method I'm defining attribute. And inside this, we can write our logic. So method name, display attribute and method. And we can just perform any operation over it. So write statement, my LV name. So now I can call this, instead of this attribute, I can call the method display attribute, display attribute, and this is used. This symbol, opening and closing parenthesis, is used for calling your methods. So now if you check, we are able to access it. There are lots of problems. The method display attribute does not have a returning, it cannot be called in expression, where I'm calling it as expression. Wait a second. My display attribute, method and method. Sorry. I'm using it inside the right statement. That is why it is giving the problem. The right statement, it is not normal method calling. Now it is okay. You will get it, right? So what it is a local class, correct? Yes or no? Local class,
Yeah.
right? A local class in ABAP. Yeah. A local class in ABAP programming. All right, let's start using this. Any question till now? Any question till now?
No.
Kunal, Manish, Lakshman,
Yeah, no, thank you. No, sir.
Vaishnavi. Everything is fine, right? Okay. So now I will start using my classes. Suppose I want to, let's say I have one requirement, display the Mara, MAKT and VBAP details using a method and take input in form of select option. We have already seen this kind of things using function module. Yes or no? Tell me this. We have seen these kind of things using function module. Yes or no? What happened? We created function module. Yes or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Inside the function module, what you do? You take input, you return the output. Based on the input, you write the logic, and you have exporting parameter which you return. Same thing is there using method also. Method will have will also have importing, exporting, changing parameters, exporting, changing parameters. So how do we take input for select option? We pass table type or right? Yes or no?
Yes, correct.
Everyone? Manish,
Yes, sir.
Kunal, right? So we pass here table type for the select option. Then output, I need here three different table, right? Output of three different table. So for output also, do I need to create table type or not? Definitely, if we are taking input in form of select option, there will always be possibility for more than one output. More than one output can only be sent via a internal table. So for that also we need a table type, correct? Right? So let's go to our this global class, and here I'll go to my method and I will define another method here. Let's say display material data. Material data. This will be my instance method, public, and display data from Mara, MAKT and VBAP table. VBAP table, right? Then you see parameter option is there. So I can just go for parameter. I will need one importing and one exporting. So let's say importing Matner IP, importing parameter Matner, type as importing, and associated type. We need to create a table type, right? So I will do the same. I will go to SE11 and data type. I will create a Z table type, material 01, table type for material. For select option of material number, then I will create a structure. So Z structure, save it, and I will pass the structure sign option low and high, right? So structure for material for select option. So I can give here component Matner for material number. Sorry, not Matner, sign option and low and high will be there. So sign character 1, option, yeah, character 2. Low will be Matner and high will also be Matner. Yes or no? Is there any question out of it? Everyone,
No, no.
right? So it is fine. I'll go back and I will activate the table type also. This table type now I can use it here. This is my importing. Exporting, let's say output table. So this will become my exporting. And for that, I need all the columns that I want from both the three, all those three tables. Let's create another one. So S11, this time material output, create table type for material. And I will pass one structure here. So structure output 01. Save it. And I'll go for the creation structure for material, right? I can have now all the columns that I want. Matner. This is from Mara table. Material type I am taking from Mara table. So its data element is also material type. Suppose I am taking industry sector MBRSH. Material group. So material group. Unit of measure. So unit of measure. Then we have MAKT. So I'm taking SPRAS from MAKT. SPRAS. Material description. I'm selecting material description. Yeah. VBAP table item number. Veblen. We can say Veblen and Veblen VA. Item number I can take. So item number data element. Suppose these are the columns, 9 columns I have taken as the output. I will save them and I will activate it, right? Then we will activate the table type also. And this is my exporting parameter. See, if you want to define any exception, you can add it. Say, suppose somebody is passing wrong input, wrong material number. So that is also fine. Now you go to source code here so that you can write the logic and you see whatever parameters you are defining, system will give here as a signature so that you can use it. If you want to remove it, you can click on signature, it will be removed, click on it, it will come back again. So this is for signature area. Now this is my importing, this is exporting, and this is an exception. You can use it based on your choice. So I will write the logic here. Select column, Mara Matner, Mara MTART, Mara MBRSH, Mara Medical, and Mara Mains. Then our MAKT. So from MAKT, I'm taking SPRAS, and MAKT, I'm taking MAKTX. We have VBAP also. So VBAP, we are taking Veblen, and VBAP, we are taking item number. All these columns 9, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So from Mara inner join MAKT, right? Join condition MAKT. On Mara Matner is equal to MAKT Matner. Then inner join VBAP on MAKT Matner is equal to VBAP Matner. These are the common fields out of them. Then we will store it into table output parameter. That is my output table, where my Mara Matner will be in IP Matner, right? Bringing from all this, storing it into the exporting parameter based on the filter condition, right? And if psi sub rc equal to 0, if psi sub rc not equal to 0, it means this data do not exist in our tables. So we can raise the exception, raise wrong input, and activate it. Any problem in this logic, any confusion here? Anyone? Any confusion? Any sort of issue?
No, sir.
Right? So this is my class. A instance method I created it. Right? A instance method I created here. Yeah, display material data. And so now if I want, I will go back to code, and here I can just declare one output internal table, LT output type, my table type of the output, this one. And I can just call the object. So start of selection, my object of the class, let's say local object, new keyword, class name. There is my class. And I can directly call this method. So local object, display material data, instance method public in nature. So check it. Then local object display, or you can also go to just this pattern, ABAP object pattern, local object, instance name. There is my class, this, and this is your method name. So you can copy and do the pasting here and press enter. So this is also one way to call the method using the pattern option. My exporting parameter, importing, and exception is also there, right? Exception is also there. So what we can do here, we can create one select option, LV Matner, type material number. And using this, you can define your select option as Matner for LV Matner. This I can send the select option as Matner in the same way we used to send it inside the function module. It will receive the output. So LT output, LT output. And if size sub RC is equal to 0, so equal to 0, so it means this method executed successfully. We can display the output CL demo output, my display method, and I will pass my internal table LT output to get the output. This is what we are receiving. So I just want to display it. Check this. I will just send something which is available in the VBAP also. So I'll check my VBAP table. VBAP. Material here. Okay, this one. My EWM S4. Okay. All right, let's use this. RMP 01 up to 05. Okay, 5. This is the material number. I will execute. Am I getting data from all the tables? Yes or no? Check this. Am I getting the output?
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
But
sir.
what if we are passing which is not available in all these three tables? Let's say Amrit 01, which is not there in any system. So this is not there if I execute. So nothing is happening. because psi sub RC is not equal to 0. Wrong input is getting triggered. So for that case, we can give here else if psi sub RC is equal to 1. If it is equal to 1, then wrong input will trigger. So we can give here one message. Message material data do not exist, or please pass the correct material number, type information, or error, whatever you want, you can just pass it here. So now if you check, I am passing the wrong input. Correct? This is a good program. If user is passing a incorrect one, it is saying, yes, please pass the correct one. Why you are sending the incorrect output, incorrect input, right? That is one method. In a class, we can have multiple methods also, you see here, right? But that was not possible in case of function modules, only one, right? Is it okay, everyone? I said, is it
Yeah.
okay?
Yes, fine.
Vaishnavi is fine. Anjali, Manish, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, suppose I want to do the same thing using local class. Let's understand the same stuff. I want to just do the same thing using local class. So I will create a class here, class local class definition, my end class. I will have here class local class implementation, end class. See this. My all sections, so public section, protected section, and private section. This is my public method and instance. So data keyword, sorry, not data keyword, methods. So one more thing, I will write it for you here, one note point. For instance method, methods keyword is used. For static method, class methods is used. So if somebody is declaring something like this way, class methods, it is a static method. This is my instance method. So again, same thing. What is the name we have given here? Display material data. Same name I am giving. Display material data. Importing parameter. So it wants, let's say, I Matner and its type. What is the type we have given? Same type. I will just put it. Exporting, let's say, LT output or LT table type. This was my exporting parameter. And I will also define an exception here. So exceptions, wrong input or wrong material. Wrong material. As a exception, I'm passing it here. Correct? So now you see it. We can have here logic. So method, display material data, and method. And the same logic that I have written there, I can just copy and paste it with a little change. Just paste it here. So it will be into table. What is the exporting parameter here? Exporting is LT table. So instead of this, it will become LT table. What is the importing here? So where it is importing is I underscore Matner. So it will become I Matner. And if size sub RC equal to 0, we will be raising the exception wrong material. So So it will become wrong material. Check for any error. No error, right? So now I can do the startup selection, create the object of this class, local object, new local class. Yeah. And we can just call the method display material. This you can do. You can send the select option. It will return you the output. So LT output we can do. Same exceptions. So if size of RC is equal to 0, we will display CL demo output as a display method. I will call it. And I can do LT output here. Or else if size of RC is equal to 1, so wrong material is triggering. So we can give message, please pass correct material type error. We can give a message here, right? So if size of RC equal to 0, we can display the output, and if size of RC is equal to 1, we can go for error message here, right? So select query. Now let's debug the code and let's understand it. I'll put here a breakpoint. I'm going to execute it for the correct one first. So execution. I will press F5. We are inside the method implementation. See, execute this logic. So size of RC is 0. You are getting LT table output as 62. This 62 records will be transferred. It will be transferred where? Inside your LT output also. So if you check LT output, 62 records you are receiving, and that will be displayed here. But if you are passing here incorrect one, Amrit 01, Amrit 10. So you can also debug it, press F5, select query, execute it. Size of RC is 4, so it is not equal to 0. System is going to raise the exception. And here you will receive size of RC equal to 1 for this wrong material. So this is going to be trigger. And you will get here a error message. Please pass correct material number. Right? Is it okay or any confusion in this? Local and global class, same requirement. Local and global class, same requirement. Even if you go and check this global class that you have implemented, go for source code. So I'll open the UI part, source code. See, method declaration. Sorry, where is my instance method? This one. And there you have class implementation, your logic, same thing. But the thing is, this is my global class pool, reusable outside of the class also. Local class are only limited for the same class. Local class are only limited for the same class only. Correct? Everyone, is it clear?